The world-famous atheist Neil deGrasse Tyson recently took a shot at Christians whenever he tweeted this: "Curious that talented athletes frequently credit God when they win, but we rarely see them blame God when they lose." This had a lot of people rushing to defend Christianity. However, I don't actually believe in the God he's talking about here, and I don't think you do either. We as Christians believe that everything good in our life comes from God, that it's a gift from him. James 1:17 says, "Every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of heavenly lights." And so we're grateful to him whenever we experience the goodness and the blessings that life has to offer. But this doesn't mean that whenever things don't go our way, we have the right to be angry or frustrated with God or blame God for this stuff. Because if that was the case, then we would be viewing God not as the divine king of the universe who's infinitely wise beyond our understanding. We would be viewing him as a sort of divine vending machine where our relationship is transactional. We do things that he likes, and so he rewards us. We don't do things that he likes, or we do things that he doesn't like, and we get punished, or we get reward withheld. And so if that were the case, then we would have the right to say, "Flip's sake, God, why did you not give me this? It's God's fault that I didn't win this game. It's God's fault that I didn't get this promotion." However, a really helpful perspective that Christianity brings that I don't think other religions have so much is that God has already done more for us than we've any right to deserve, any right to expect. I'm obviously talking about Jesus. Our biggest problem in life is not that we don't get promotions or lose sports games or like all of these things that are important things that we want. The biggest problem in life is not that we don't get those. The biggest problem in life is that there is a God with whom we are in wrong relationship. Like, we're not reconciled to him. We live in a way that is contrary to what he wants. And so we are, by definition, I guess, his enemies. That's what the Bible teaches us. And so we've got to be reconciled to God. And Jesus has done that for us. God sent him down to live the perfect life that we couldn't live, to die the sacrificial death in our place, to take our punishment on himself. And so this was stuff that God did for us while we were still his enemies. The Bible tells us while we were God's enemies, Christ died for us. And so this was such a huge thing that he did for us. He gave us everything that we could ever need. He gave us the thing which was most valuable to himself, his son. And so we've no, above and beyond that, we've no right to demand of God and say, "Oh, it's your fault that I didn't win the sports game. I should have, and I've done all these things for you. Why didn't I win this?" We've no right to say that, because we're let me put it in a metaphor. So whenever I was a kid, my brother and I would be in the car, and if mum was bringing us home, she would sometimes stop at the petrol station, stop at the shop and get some milk or bread, maybe fill the car up. And whenever she would go in, sometimes she would come back out with a little chocolate bar. Those were thin rectangle Cadbury's bars they used to do. I can't remember what they were called, but she would bring one of those out for us. It was a small treat, but it was really nice. We really appreciated it. We were like, "Oh, thank you, mum." We didn't get it every single time. There wasn't this expectation that, "Oh, mum owes us this, that we deserve this," but it was a nice treat whenever we got it. If we didn't get it though, we'd no right to be like, "Mum, you suck," because we had a home, we had shelter, we had clothes, we had food and water, we had a loving environment to grow up in, with all of these other things, these huge things that we actually do need. And so if we were provided for in that way, then whether we get the chocolate bar or not, it's a nice wee bonus if we get the chocolate bar. But if you don't, oh well. Similarly, in the grand scheme of things and view of eternity, if we have nothing that we want in life, if you grew up in the poorest country in the world, in the poorest slum, and you have a really difficult, awful, hard life, but you have Jesus, then God has already given you everything you need. All the other stuff, like the things, the material blessings and the career things and stuff that we do get, those are extra little bonuses from God, that it's like, "God, you've given me so much already. I didn't deserve that, and you've given me it anyway. I'm really grateful for that." If he doesn't give it to you, then, well, we didn't deserve it in the first place. It was just a good gift. And so I think this is a silly argument against God. I think it's a silly thing to accuse God of, because God's not a divine vending machine. God is the divine king of the universe. Yeah, he might not give us the sports win whenever we want it, but he's given us Jesus. We don't really have the right to demand anything more. Even that we didn't deserve in the first place. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit it with a like. I would appreciate that, and maybe see you in one of these videos. God bless.